So, school idols, are they real? No. That's what I want to say, but at the same time, I could maybe go, maybe, in several different ways, and that's why I want to go through this. It's something that I've been thinking about for a while. Obviously, I am a Love Live fan, but I'm a Hello Project fan. I was a Love Live fan sort of 2016 to like 2020, 2019-ish, and then I sort of discovered Hello Project and fell down that rabbit hole, and here we are. So I'm very grateful to Love Live because they got me into idols and I love it. So thank you, Love Live. But of course, when I discovered like Hello Project and real life idols, not just 2D idols, I had lots of questions, and I do wonder if there are other people who had lots of questions about the idol industry and about how idols work in general. And I thought I'd just run through a few of them and determine whether or not school idols are real. I'm back here again with my trusty Trolls notebook that someone got me for Christmas, and I've used it ever since for random YouTube notes. And so, question 1, is Love Live real? Now, that is a question that is already more complicated the more I think about it. Because, right, 1, Love Live is obviously a real thing, but is it real in the sense that is there actually an actual non-anime version of Love Live? Yes and no. Yes, as in the seiyus, the voice actress. They are amazing and incredible, and if you have not watched their lives, I would 100% recommend. The energy of the crowd and the girls themselves is absolutely incredible, and I would definitely recommend you watch them. So yes, Love Live is real in that aspect, as in it is translated into real life and the seiyu perform as their characters. But on the other hand, Love Live, outside of, you know, the seiyu's performances, is not a real thing. School idols, they do not exist. There is no league of school idols that compete against one another in some massive competition throughout the, like, there are very few. I cannot think of any sort of competitions like Love Live to do with idols. Idols compete more so in a rivalry kind of way, but they're also, you know, they're very close and they support one another. And the only sort of competitions I can think of are like elections, senbatsus, like in the 48 groups, where you vote for an individual idol. You're not voting for individual groups, you're not hyping them up. That kind of just happens on the charts, like there is no actual competition. There are, however, idol festivals, like Tokyo Idol Festival, for example, and various smaller festivals, etc. And they do hype each other up there and gain new fans and all perform together, much like School Idol Festival, which is great, but it's not a competition. It is them taking cute selfies with each other behind stage. It's super cute. So I hope that clears something up. There is no league of school idols. That's not in real life. There is no league of school idols. But idol festivals, however, are very much a thing. They're just not competitions. They are just fun times to have at a festival. Now, question 2. Are there school idols? That was not the question I meant to say. I meant to say, are there idol schools? Because I believe the Nijigasaki anime is sort of like, we're a school dedicated to school idols and stuff like that. And you can say basically no, there isn't, but there are also schools like dedicated to being entertainers school. I guess if you've seen Oshinoko, and I don't mean to like use that as a source, but that's like the best sort of description to describe this kind of school, where pretty much everyone there is in the entertainment industry and your classes are very much, you know, they're flexible and you're able to work around your jobs. Because some other schools, like, you are strictly not allowed to be in the entertainment industry, so I'm pretty sure people like Airi Suzuki, she went to an entertainer's school. So you probably need to be quite rich, I imagine, to go to an entertainer's school. But yeah. There's also Actors School Hiroshima, which is a performing arts school, and people like Sue Metal from Baby Metal, Sayashi Riho from Morning Musume, and Damararuru from Juice Juice. They also, you know, very talented people that came from Actors School Hiroshima. And yeah. But like, there's also the fact that a lot, because being in the entertainment industry is so sort of disruptive to a normal life, especially considering how young most idols are, a lot of idols don't actually have a normal school life. Some of the members of Beyonce have talked about that because they've been trainees for years. They debuted fairly young, and when they were doing one of their stage shows where they were acting as school students, they basically said it's so nice to have this sort of school club experience, because they never got to have that because they were idols and they were trainees. And that's something to also bear in mind, is that, yeah, idols don't really get a school life. Some of the Hello Project kids, which was something that happened in like the early 2000s, early 2000s, like they were like younger than 10, a lot of them. They were very young. And Mai from Cute, she basically doesn't remember her childhood before she was an idol, because she debuted at like 9 or something ridiculous, and she was a trainee since like 6. Like, it's mad. She doesn't remember things. Like, I severely doubt she had remotely a normal school life, let alone was at a school for idols. Like, but anyway, that brings me on to question 3. Are idols in school? Yes, they are very young. Like, times have changed, and idols do not debut as ridiculously young anymore, and also they are now able to continue. There are a lot more idols, you know, close to 30 these days, such as Yukirin from AKB48. Even though she's graduating, she's like 30 something now, I believe. I'm not a big AKB48 fan, so I might be a bit wrong on that, but like, she's been an idol for like a ridiculously long time, and it's a shame that she's graduating because she was really holding the fort for like the older idols. But yeah, commonly idols are of school age. I want to say normally around 15 to 25 is probably the average, but the youngest member of Morning Musume was 11. That's Kudo Haruka when she joined, and there's been, you know, quite a few 12-year-olds, but in Hello Project they haven't debuted someone under 13 since Momona, who joined Anjurumu. And she's also just re-debuted in Me I from Produce 101 Japan. So yeah, she was 12 when she debuted in, like, I want to say 2015, but I'm not sure, it could be earlier than that. It would be like 2015 or 2016, that sort of, maybe 2014, that kind of middle. She's cool anyway. So yeah, that it's been a while. It's getting on for like probably 10 years now since they debuted someone under 13, and majority of the time, yeah. Child labour laws also changed, which, yeah, also comes into play when it comes to the age of idols. Like, they can't do things they normally did. Like Hello Project kids and Amuse kids, they would not happen again now. I presume not. I hope not. Like, we got some amazing idols out of them, but Mai can't remember her childhood. Bit depressing. But yeah, there are a lot more idols on the older age now. I say older, they're not even old. I mean like 25 plus, because 25 is sort of the limit, the unofficial limit of like an idol, and when they're more likely to graduate for a number of reasons. But if they want to continue past 25, they should be able to without being called old. So yes, idols are quite often in school. Question 4. Are there any groups you could call school idols? And yes, there are quite a few that well, I can think of sort of like 2 or 3. Bearing in mind, you could call like idols that are in school idols, but they're not representative of their school. That's what I mean. They're not an idol, they're not all from the same school. You know what I mean? Anyway, the first one I want to talk about is Sakura Gakuin, which of course that means Cherry Blossom Academy. And that's also where Baby Metal came from, and also Hinata Sato from Love Live. She was the seiyuu of Leah from Saint Snow. She was a member of Sakura Gakuin as well. They disbanded in 2021, but they were formed in 2010 with only elementary school and middle school students. And the whole sort of concept was that they're in school, they wore school uniforms, everything, and when they reached high school age, they would graduate. So they would like age out. And they were split into school years, they had summer and winter uniforms, they even had a school council president that would act like the leader of the group. And it's pretty much the most school idol you can make a group, because they were of school age, they attended, you know, like, they had a school idol, like, school council president, they had all this stuff. They weren't actually at the same school, but that was, like, it was a thing. A fake school. They were in a fake school, okay? So that's pretty much, I feel like, the closest you can get to school idols. Bit of a strange concept because they were literally elementary school kids, like, they're young. The other group that I believe you could say is a school idol group is Ebichu, or full name, Shiritsu Ebitsu Jugaku. Something like that, anyway. They debuted in 2009, or were formed then, until present, and they are signed to Stardust Promotions, or they're a Stardust group, so that's the same sort of group as Momoiro Clover Z, and their concept is forever junior high school student. And I find that quite funny because the current ages of the members are between 16 and 27. There is not a single junior high school student in there. But I appreciate their dedication to the theme because they have attendance numbers and they even have like school grade colours. And when a member joins, they say they're a transfer student and they've transferred to the school. And when they leave, rather than graduating, which is already a school thing, they transfer schools rather than graduate. They're just forever in school, which sounds like hell, but I appreciate their dedication to the cause. Those are two groups I would definitely say you could really argue they're school idols, even though they're not actually at school. Imagine if you were following genuine like school idols from an actual school and like you had like 3 years because they just graduate and disappear. Imagine being an actual IRL fan of Muse in the anime and they exist for a year and then just quit. Normal Chica idol group experience. Anyway, third group I want to talk about is Onyanko Club, which was basically the first sort of idol group. They are very influential in terms of idols from 1985 to 1987, so only like 2 years because they were forced to disband. And I know like one song of them and it is about school uniforms, and it's a weird song, okay? But anyway, all the members were either in high school, college, or university, so they were in school. Wow. And they were the first rotational group and the first group to have a graduation system. So very much like school. And of course, Seifuku's. That's a weird song. Very weird song. But very famous song. Anyway, yeah. Seifuku in general, like school uniforms, it's very much a concept used in a lot of anime, in a lot of idol groups. They are AKB48, of course, all the 48 groups, they sort of have very school-inspired outfits a lot of the time. Not all the time, but you know, it is a thing. Morning Musume has had a few sort of Seifuku outfits. Beyond's, of course, has had Seifuku outfits. I'm running through groups. To be honest, Hello Project doesn't do it too much with the Seifuku, but like they do every so often. It's not like a concept of theirs, it just happens sometimes. It's cute. But yeah, Seifukus are generally seen as very cute, and they also very much come up in idol costumes a lot, which sort of leads into that school idol thing, you know, even though they don't exist. But I'm gonna go on to question 5. What about school idol clubs? Now, I don't want to say they don't exist because I don't go to school in Japan. But original school idols aren't really a thing, I want to say. I mean, it's kind of like mad in Love Live that you expect like Maki or Riko to just create these whole songs with like no outside interference, just piano. Like, I need to recreate what they would actually sound like with like terrible mixing, just some piano filmed on an iPhone. Yeah. But dance cover groups, they are very much a thing, and I presume that there are probably clubs in school dedicated to that. Honopi from Beyond's Kobayashi Honoka, she was in a Morning Musume dance cover group at school. I would need to dig up the photo somewhere, but there's a photo of her somewhere and they had like a whole name, and I presume that was a school club. But she did go to a music school, so it's a lot more likely to have things like that. But yeah, potentially these clubs could exist, but I don't think they exist in the way they exist in Love Live. You know, I've spoken to people who have worked as English teachers in Japan, and they said, no, I don't think there was anything like that. But I do imagine that cover groups would exist. Whether they're officially allowed in school or they are something someone does outside of school, I don't know. But they exist. And I'm sure a lot of them are school age. Thinking about Love Live groups and how they work, I would say they are the closest thing to local idol groups, and local idol groups are probably the closest you're gonna get, as well as like various Chika idol groups that are self-produced, but they are no way as successful as Love Live makes their groups appear. Chika idols, they are very much on a spectrum. Chika stands for like underground idols, basically. They are not connected to a big agency. They are not connected to a, you know, they're self-produced pretty much. They go on Patreon and say, can you write me a song? You know, but they're very much on a spectrum. Some of them do break out of being a Chika idol, while some of them have one fan that they perform to. Is very much a big range. All it means is that they are not signed to a major agency. So I can't think of any like really like successful Chika idol groups off the top of my head, but like, yeah, some of them, you know, they will perform at like Tokyo Idol Festival. Some of them would be like, I rented out this bin. Okay, no, they don't do that. But Chika idols, they very much have to rely on one another to book venues and sell tickets, because like I said, some of them have very few fans. So if they all team together, then they can fill out a venue and just and gain new fans from the fans of the other groups and just work together. And I feel like that's very much Love Live. Like I said, they are not competing with each other. They are coming together to help one another. Sorry, that probably sounded complete rubbish, but like I said, I feel like Chika idols and local idols especially are the most common, the closest thing you will get to like Muse and Aquas. So local idols, I've described what Chika idols are. I'll describe what local idols are. They are mainly active in like a specific region and are sort of used to like promote their region, which is very much what Muse and Aqua do. They try and promote their schools. They're just it's the same thing, except with a school rather than a town or a prefecture or whatever. So yeah, that's essentially what they are, except yeah, I think I'm still just hung up on that idea of imagining if Aquas and Muse were like real groups, real local idol groups for their respective area. Maybe, no, Aquas would be a little local idol group running out of the school hall or something, and Muse would be like some underground Chika idol. And what would they actually sound like? I don't know. Because, okay, low budget Chika idols are not going to have great songs, they're not going to have great sound, okay? Because they don't have the money. Like, and also, average Chika idol experience is pretty much the average Muse experience of exists for a year, disbands. Normal things. But also, in Love Live, they have a lot of outfits. Like, a lot of outfits. Chica idol groups will probably wear the same outfit. It'll be an adorable, adorable outfit, but they'll be wearing that for the next year. Like, I don't follow many Chica idol groups at all, really. Apart from like ones that like former Hello Project members have ended up in. But yeah, they have adorable outfits, but like they will wear them a lot. It takes all their budget to make the cutest outfit, okay? So I hope I've cleared up a few things about idols. So no, school idols don't really exist in the way they show in Love Live, but you can argue they exist in weird other formats and potentially dance clubs. But yeah, imagine if Chica idols were like that successful and selling out, like I just think it's so funny how successful like Aquas and Muse and Love Live like are in the fiction, in the anime, because they're like performing in these massive stadiums and things in the anime. They come back from New York famous in the anime. And the reality of like Chica idols is like nowhere near that successful. You know, you've got to be very lucky. Some idols do break out of it, so we'll just say that they did, because obviously they did. But yeah, being a Chica idol, it's not 100% guaranteed you're going to be absolutely famous, or win some massive national competition. So yeah, thank you for watching me ramble about idols and probably make absolutely no sense for however long this took. It didn't feel like it took me that long. I thought I'd talk longer, but I didn't. Oh well. Join me next time when I write more random stuff in my Trolls notebook. I should just make a playlist called Trolls Notebook, because I've used it so many times. I've got my Hunger Games stuff in here, Attack on Titan stuff. I'm gonna sneeze. On that note, I'm running away. Goodbye.